Our Holy Father, Pope Francis, has really called the entire church to remember we exist to go outside, to go to the highways and byways, to announce Jesus Christ to everyone we meet. And that's true for this Diocese of Peoria, and it's true for every parish and school and ministry. We exist to announce the good news. And as the Pope has said, sourpusses make poor evangelists. That's his phrase. So we should be filled with the joy of the Lord. We cannot share what we don't have ourselves. So the Holy Father has called upon all of us to rediscover the goodness of the gospel.
One of the things that I've found in teaching kids and in working with people who teach kids is that there are very nice contrasts that can be made between what a secular, consumerist-oriented culture says and what the Catholic faith holds forth as being the better way to live your life. And so in some ways, it's actually easier to teach the Catholic faith today because you can draw those contrasts far more distinctly than, say, maybe you could 40 or 50 years ago.
We went on an engaged couple weekend at the Nazareth House. Craig and Amy Dyke, who work for the diocese, they invited us. And I guess, what would you say? It was about a weekend to think about the vocation that we were entering into.
Have lots of conversation.
Conversations about all sorts of topics, most of which we'd at least thought about or discussed. But it was a great time to reflect on those things in a more deep and meaningful way in a time that was set apart. Great challenges, too, at times, in terms of they confront us with, how would you handle this? And we really got to hash through those things.
Mm-hmm. As a DRE, it's been very important for me to remember that the family is the first teacher of every child, and that family incorporates both their parents, their grandparents, aunts and uncles. So if we're not forming the adults within our parishes, we're kind of creating a void for our kids. We can't be the only ones who are trying to teach them about the faith. So we have some Bible studies that go on during CCD classes, so parents can be involved in learning, as well as things that go on during the evening when maybe they might be a little more busy. We also have lots of opportunities during the summer where we just maybe watch a video series and people can just come and enjoy that. So we just know that it's important for everyone to be a lifelong learner and to continue learning so that they can pass that faith on to the people in their workplaces, within their families, within their friends. And so as a parish, we've tried to create those opportunities for them so that they can continue to grow and know more about their faith.
When people come to Mass on Sunday, or when they interact with the parish, they see me, they see the office staff, etc. What they probably don't realize is that there are people working behind the scenes in the diocese who are an incredible and invaluable resource to me, so that I can have the gifts that I need, the information that I need, to somehow serve them better.
My name is Sister Marina Ramirez MEZA. I work in the Hispanic Ministry Office at the Pastoral Center for the Catholic Diocese of Peoria. Just last week, a woman came to us with her 9-year-old daughter. They were living in the basement of a house without electricity. She had no job, she had no money, she was low on food, barely any furniture. She was desperate. We were able to meet nearly all her needs, and now she feels safe and happy.
I'm very grateful for the Diocese of Peoria because of the CHRISTI program that they have is ecumenical. You don't have to be Catholic to be part of it, to participate. And had it not been that way, I don't know what would have been able to bring me and my family into the Catholic Church. It's a unique way of doing it. There's not many dioceses that do it, but I'm very grateful for the fact that they do.
I serve as the regional DRE for the Champaign and Danville regions, and I work with the parishes with the religious education programs in the parishes. So that includes children as well as youth ministry and adults, but mostly the children. And we are committed to having excellent religious education programs in the parishes. The diocese is committed to that, and I work with really dynamic DREs who are also committed to that. And so it's kind of a symbiotic relationship. They work with me, I work with them to really bump up the quality of education in the parishes.
Throughout the years of my preaching the annual diocesan appeal, I have heard the one objection given by many parishioners is, why should I support this? Because what has the diocese done for me lately? And my answer always has been, for better or for worse. The diocese educated me and sent me to you, and it usually provokes a smile.
My name is Sister Maria CHRISTI, and I teach first grade, and I love teaching because it's such a joy to be with the children each day and to see their life and their joy, and to give them a little bit of Christ each day.
Now teaching as a sister is just so beautiful, because even teaching German, even if I'm not directly talking about Christ, I still get to share Christ with my students because I'm in the habit, because I'm a sister, and they know that I'm a little bit different from the other teachers. And it's so beautiful to be able to do that in a Catholic school, because we are here to give more to the students. We're here not just to give them a great education, which of course we want to give them a great education, but more importantly to bring them into relationship with Christ and to let them know that they are destined for heaven, and not just a job, not just to earn money.
There was a knock on my door, and the man had a little girl with him. When I opened the door, there was this man with his little girl. And I says, can I help you? And he says, really, it's my little girl that needs help. And I said, well, how can I help your little girl? She says, well, I got 2 dolls for Christmas, and I would like to give one to someone, to another little girl that doesn't have any. I was flabbergasted, and it just so happened at that particular time, we had a displaced Polish family in town that had a little girl about the same age. And so before I went to the children's mass on Christmas Eve, I delivered that little doll. So consequently, it was one Christmas I can remember making 2 little girls very, very happy.
Please understand, I know these are challenging days, but the work of Christ requires sacrifice from all of us. That's what supports our seminaries. That's what supports our schools. That's what takes care of the older retired priests and so many other needs. So I do ask you to pray for guidance on what you can sacrifice for the work of the Lord in the Diocese of Peoria.